DYOR. Do your own research. You'll hear this time and time again in the crypto space. But the big question is where? And in today's episode, I'm going to show you just one place and how I use that one place to do my own research and how you can do exactly the same. So doing your own research, it's easy when you know where to go. And one of those places is Twitter. So for me, believe it or not, Twitter is my main research tool. And although I laugh, and although you may be laughing, Twitter has made me more money, has progressed my way of thinking, especially when it comes to financial literacy, than any book or platform on the internet to date for myself. And I'll tell you why. Because with social media, it can feed into your confirmation bias, meaning you feel like everyone in the world thinks like you, because time and time again you'll go through your news feed and it will support what you think and say. And the reason why is because of the people you follow. So when we learn how to hack and understand that our news feed, we get to decide what it feeds us, and if that food that it feeds us is going to grow, or whether it's actually going to hinder us, this is something we can take control over. So I'm going to just take you through my following list on the 3rd of November 2021 and point out a few key people that I'm following who, I personally feel like you should follow too, because for me, everything I know, it's just passing on knowledge. If we go deep to a level where no idea of thought is purely ours and ours alone, and that some way it's been influenced by our environment, let's take a look at who's influenced my environment and why I feel you'll be interested. So at the top of the list, VSES. We have a number of NFTs being built on Hedera. They are one, and I'm speculating. Are we buying two of the NFTs? I believe that antimatter NFT, which was their top end one, is sold out, but they do still have gold and I think silver. Don't quote me on that. Right then. Next, Zenobia. She actually interviews and hosts the monthly town hall meetings with Hedera. So she's an expert communication. Showtime. He is fantastic when it comes to nodes. So if you are interested in that world, Showtime is one, and there's a few more that I'll recommend. I also recommend looking into the people at the companies that you're invested in, whether it be directly that you hold private shares with Ripple, or of course you're an XRP holder. We want to find out what's the fundamentals going on, and so when you can hear the thoughts and opinions, what's going on the ground, that's why I love following the team. Of course, when it comes to the XRP community, we also have the Flare community. The Songbird community, believe it or not, is a thing. It's the community that is, of course, immobilized right now. So Songbird community, definitely underrated in my opinion. And then I always recommend following a few of the FTSOs, because they're all getting competitive now. Best FTSO are now rewarding people who delegate Songbird to them with NFTs. Others are reducing their fees, and I'm sure we'll see other incentives to delegate. And you'll see a couple other FTSOs. Xpunks, of course, they are the NFT project on the XRP ledger. Watch out for them. That's all I'm going to say. Watch out for them. And Plan B, as controversial as it may sound, understanding how Bitcoin moves, how it's moved, and more importantly, what could be moving it, gives you more of a holistic approach to the market. And I'm a big believer in, you can't argue your standpoint unless you know what the other side are saying and believing. And if you think we're divided, we're really not in this space, and that's why having a holistic approach, for me, is key. So make sure you've got a nice little mix in that bag that you're following. Another great passive income educator right here, Green Pill. Flare metrics, essential for you to keep an idea of who's giving the highest return of rewards on your delegations for Songbird and Flare. As we keep on going, again, people in these companies that you are interested in, you want to be involved as well, hearing how they think. Decrypt is probably the premium, the gold standard for crypto news. So I know a lot of respectable influencers in this space who use Decrypt as well and keep up to date with what's going on in the wider world of crypto. Who else? Cryptic couple, if you are a property holder, and again, I say this time and time again, never let vanity metrics like followership put you off. Myself, the Bearable Bull, and a number of other respectable people in this space follow Cryptic couple. And the reason why is because he is on it when it comes to property news. So never let vanity metrics like followership put you off from the information. As we go through, of course, King Solomon, the gold standard for researching. XRP forensics. Now, if you have unfortunately been a victim of a scam, you know someone who has been scammed, or you've lost your XRP because you typed in a tag that's too short or too long, get in touch with XRP forensics, see what they can and can't do, and hopefully you'll be able to salvage some lost funds. To my knowledge, not every crypto has a team like this who can recover your funds, or at least work towards recovering them for you. So as we are still in a semi-regulated space, we don't have a body or an authority that protects us, e.g. SEC. So we have to do it ourselves, and shout out to XRP Forensics. I've definitely recommended a few people already to them. A great UK crypto educator, Lee, and the work they're doing at Wealth Code. Can't recommend him more, and the channel Wealth Code on YouTube. Let's see what else we got as we scroll through, and hopefully some familiar names as we're looking through this. Again, more people on the ground who work in these companies. The SUM community, so if you've got the SUM or the XM wallet, keep up to date with what's going on there and the updates that they're making. We need to stay ahead of this curve, and again, if you can design your timeline to feed this information to you, it becomes effortless and hopefully enjoyable. We Say When is the founder of the XRPL Labs who created the SUM wallet. So again, follow the people who are on the ground building these things. The Node Catcher, hopefully a recognizable name. Goes without saying, if you're interested in nodes, he is the gold standard for that as well, in my personal opinion. And more importantly, he always tells you who to follow as well. Because again, he admits, hey, I learned this from this person, and that's all what we're doing here, right? We understand that crypto moves so fast, and we need to put multiple brains together to stay ahead of this. Let's see. What else? Oh, Linux for PHP, keep an eye out for them. Any week now, I don't want to put a timeline, you'll be able to run a Flare server node. I don't want to butcher that, but you can definitely look into that and find out what they're doing in the next coming weeks. What else? Robert, how can I forget? TA Sniper. I'm not going to sing his praises because he posts about Starbucks every day. And I'm only jealous because I can't afford to go to Starbucks every day. Not yet. But when they bring out their eggnog on Christmas, oof, I'll be back there. So Robert, do not be deceived by his self-deprecating humour. This man is a quantum genius. And we're coming towards the end of the list, so bear with us. James K. Phelan, I hope I've pronounced your name right, sir. If you're in the XRP community, you would have seen one of many of the documents from the SEC lawsuit. This man stays ahead of the game with that. Of course, your boy Quincy, he will educate you about the technology in this space. For some of us, we came for the money and we stayed for the tech. Your boy Quincy is here for the tech from day one, and he'll educate you as to how you can incorporate some of this technology either at work or into your personal lives as well. Who else we got? Talking about quantum geniuses, Martin Volk, the #1 Irish crypto educator. See, I love making up for these little titles, and they're probably true in all their little niches. Martin is a godsend when it comes to tutorials, whether that be staking, node setup, master plans. For example, the Nexo strategy was inspired by Martin and then brought to life by that community member. So yeah, can't recommend Martin enough, and he's made me money on Strong. I hate to say it, but I'm glad I listened to him. So again, these people, they will talk about projects when they get in, not when they've been in them for years, and then tell you. Anyone else we got? Of course, Chris Larson, Natalia. She's incredible. I mean, what a woman. Talk about inspirational, and that women not only belong in this space, but they are leading in this space as well. Her fiance's fund, Arrington XRP Capital. Follow the smart money. You'll hear this a lot in crypto, and I recommend that you follow Arrington XRP Capital and Michael Arrington, because when Michael Arrington and his fund invest in algo, they know something we probably don't know. So I'm always following their moves and putting my pennies next to their pounds or dollars. Some more time series oracles, some other great voices in the space, and be sure to pause this, and go investigate yourself. And I'm only trying to pick out a few, so I do apologize if I skipped over you. Caitlin Long, I love learning from her opinions and her insights in terms of what's going not only in Wyoming but in America. Being a British citizen, understanding the landscape, and Caitlin brings such an objective view to the space. And again, although with the XRP community, I hold 6 other assets for the long term, and Bitcoin isn't one, but you need to be grounded to understand what is paving the way right now. And Caitlin doesn't turn her nose up to anything. She's spoken highly of XRP, she speaks highly of Bitcoin, she can see the downfalls and projects, and she's always ahead of the curve when partnerships and connections are being made. So yeah, Caitlin Long, powerful woman, powerful. Matt Hamilton, whoa, shout out to the Brits, principal developer and advocate at Ripple X Dev, and really outspoken. And you may not agree with all of his views, but that's what's beauty, the diverse thought in this space. And Matt Hamilton says it how it is. He's the British version of David Schwartz, which I'd like to think Matt will take that as a compliment. But I really do believe that, and I say that not based on comparing them in terms of knowledge or skill, but in terms of how open and transparent they are as individuals in this space. If Matt doesn't know the answer, he'll go away and find out. And he also is aware that he knows what he doesn't know. Is that what Socrates or some famous philosopher said? That he's smart because he knows what he doesn't know. Problem with me doing is all one take. I can't pause this and chop this up. But you get what I'm saying. Matt is he has a great level of humility, and that says a lot. When he speaks, you listen. Craig DeWitt, head of product at Ripple, and beautifully just underneath him, Ashish Bala. These two are a match made in heaven when it comes to understanding what are Ripple's products doing, and statistically what success are they having over a longitudinal period. So yeah, these two are going to give you great grounding into understanding what you hold when it comes to XRP. Raf Economan, an incredible researcher, and we'll find some beautiful gems along with Bank XRP, who I hope haven't gone past, but we'll catch up in no time. Moonchaser, between her and Crypto A, they are keeping us up to date and informed with the movements going not only in these communities, as you can see, but of course when it comes to SBI, a lot of it isn't written in English, and we have to give much love to these two for making that accessible to us. Anyone else that I recommend looking into? I mean, I recommend everyone, by the way, on this list. That's why I'm hopefully giving dues to everyone and slowly going through them all. Christian, head of marketing at Hedera, very accessible gentleman. Marketing is key to crypto, right? We need to know what's going on with our favorite tokens, and more importantly, what's the utility behind them. And when we look at a beast like Hedera and how much goes on, it's incredible that Christian can keep up himself, because they don't have to ask permission, by the way. When these applications are built on Hedera, I'm sure Christian will actually comment on this and say, yeah, he doesn't know all. I mean, last time in their 1 year anniversary video, I think they had about 400,000 applications built on Hedera. So I'd like to confidently say at the time of this recording, they're close to 500,000 applications built on Hedera. It's impossible for anyone at Hedera to know all 500,000, but he does an incredible job keeping us up to date. And as we keep scrolling, Blockworks is another premium standard of crypto news. Again, very holistic and diverse. So couldn't recommend them more. Oh, and they've got a flagship crypto summit in London. I'm going to note that and go back to that at the end of this video. Who else? Of course, we've got some OGs that I follow. The Real Kawasaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Not always tweet him. He's not the most active figurehead on Twitter, but again, when he speaks, people listen. Of course, our favourite legal attorney, Jamie Hogan. And I've gained so much appreciation, and he makes law fun and interesting, and if you can educate and entertain, I mean, look, you've killed it. Who else? Some great inspiration, James Shaw, XRP. Hugo Fillion, of course, the co-founder CEO of Flare. Talk about the weight of the world on your shoulders. So keep doing what you're doing, Hugo. We appreciate you, King. Some great Hedera influencers in this space, as I take a quick sip. So be sure to appreciate these accounts, because Hedera doesn't have the most, and I can say this because, you know, Hedera arguably is my joint biggest holding. We're not the most exciting community, right? Overlooked, I feel personally, I'm biased, overlooked by many, and yet there are a few key individuals in the Hedera ecosystem who have been here from 3 cents, and probably, I'm sure my H Barbarian, Coinman the H Barbarian, will actually say he was here before 3 cents as well. So when you're looking at OGs in the space who aren't here just when price appreciates, when the partnerships are made, he was here before all of it. So much love to you, man. I love this Ben Rickard meme account. So not meme account, it's a parody account. Of course, it's not the real Ben Rickard. But he speaks and shares content that Ben would. So can recommend him more from The Big Short. Bank XRP, I mentioned earlier. How he or she finds the video clips they do about XRP is beyond me. We actually see their partners talking at conferences that we don't even know of, mention at Ripple, mention how they're using XRP, and it's just that it nails it home for us. Like, we're not just investing in pixie dust. There are giants in this space using this technology, and they have a deep understanding of it. Same, if not better, understanding than people in this space. So yeah, bringing that TradeFi insight is powerful from Bank XRP. Who else? Of course, Daniela Dixon, CEO at the Stellar Development Foundation. Women, again in this space, are represented by about 10%. Statistically, I saw that. I think that was during Women's Day. And that needs to change, and it can only change by other women seeing someone that looks like them. So one thing you'll see, a lot of the interviews myself and the Verbal Bull will do, not purposely targeting women by all means, but we understand what women are in powerful positions in this space, and more women that can see other women in these roles won't just believe that they belong here, but that they deserve to be here. So again, Daniela Dixon, a trailblazer by her own standard. Who else? Talking about interviews, Thinking Crypto, Tony is a beast. The people he brings on blows my mind, how he gets in touch with these people. And again, having someone to extract the information from the smart money. Tony is your man. And it's not easy interviewing people. It's speaking from experience, to build a relationship with someone online and bring out the best version of them, this man, take notes whilst you're watching. I don't hold any card that I know, but I love Charles. I love ADA. I have a great top that you've probably seen in one of my videos. If not, I'll wear it in a future one. Mr. Blockchain at 22. Again, when it comes to nodes, he's your guy. I do apologise. My voice is getting a little bit croaky. And we are coming to the end of this, so stick with me, everyone. You'll thank me at the end of this, I promise you. Jordan Freed, part of the founding team at Hedera, and now is the CEO of Mutable Holdings, who, if you haven't heard already, are the owners of NFT.com. And rumor has it, NFT.com could be built on the Hedera network. What that means for the token is yet to be said. All we can say though is that he's bringing a lot of utility back home to Hedera. So keep doing what you're doing, Jordan. What else we got? Mickey B. Fresh, another savage researcher, very similar to King Solomon, goes deep. So it's not for everyone, right? If you're at the beginning of your crypto journey, this may feel like an overload. All I can say is keep surrounding yourself with the language. It is a language. The more you immerse yourself in this space, the easier it will become. Of course, big bad boy Brian Brooks, who's a free agent right now. I don't know what he's doing, but he's floating about. CoinDesk, not Cointelegraph, CoinDesk. Another great resource when it comes to keeping up with crypto news. And man, we're coming back to some of the OGs that I followed when I first got Twitter. Cryptic Poet, he's got some great trading signals that he posts as well. Again, not afterwards, but he also warns you in advance. David Schwartz, aka Satoshi. That was a joke, or was it? Brad Garlinghouse. I love it when he tweets. He always has to be politically correct. This guy, but I'd personally block him if I was you. Damn, 180,000. Why do people listen to him? BBC News, breaking news, I love that. And My Athletics, past life. So with that being said, family, oh, and of course, we'll give a shout out to Kevin Cage, a deca millionaire in this space. And what's powerful about that is he is transparent enough where many people feel like that's bragging. But if you actually appreciate that we're in this space to make money, and personally, I want to follow and learn from someone who has made money in this space, right? You want to look for people who've got the results you want and find out what are they doing and how can you replicate that. Sounds like my dog doesn't agree. But what I believe is this close proximity. So if you can spend time listening, learning, and even engaging with Kevin Cage and everyone else on my following list, believe it or not, their habits will rub off onto you. Their thought process, their moves, their investments will rub off onto you, and in no time your portfolio, your mindset will catch up to theirs as well. So I hope that was useful, family. How to do your own research, and I've just shown you one way how I do mine using Twitter, breaking down pretty much 80% of the people that I follow. And like I say, I apologise to the other 20% that I didn't. Give a little shout out to, hopefully you've paused this video a couple of times and you've done your own research on them as well. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.